It's finally summertime, and I don't know about you, but the last 2.5 months have been way too serious.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hi, I'm indie author and vlogger Garrett K. Jones, and today I'm providing you with my top 10 recommended comedic books to get you laughing as we roll into summer. Hey, happy Saturday. I can't believe it's already June. Man, the last few months have just flown by. It's crazy. At this point, we are literally a month to the day from the launch of the 3rd season of the Creators Corner podcast. So, check this out. I'll tell you a secret. Old storytellers never die. Story, as it turns out, was crucial to our evolution. We are, as a species, addicted to story. Good stories surprise us. They make us think and feel. But no story lives unless someone wants to listen. Storytelling is one of the oldest traditions and professions. Hi, I'm indie author, vlogger, and podcast host Garrett K. Jones, and I'm doing something a little different. Instead of providing writing tips and encouragement, I'm giving other authors out there a chance to have their short stories and poems be heard. Welcome to Season 3, Storytellers. That trailer has been running on the vlog for the last month. If you know any indie authors eager to have their short stories or poems turned into audiobook style recordings or episodes, or if you'd like to be involved as well, click the link down in the description box and you'll be able to register. Here's how it works. You register by paying a $5 registration fee, which guarantees you airtime and helps me with upkeep on my equipment. You'll soon receive an online form to fill out with info about you as a writer, the piece that you're submitting, and allows you to upload the file directly to me. Then I record it like an audiobook, including adding background music and putting it all together as an episode and getting it scheduled for release in July and August. I do the work, you get the credit. It's that simple. If you have any additional questions, however, there is the contact link in the description box as well, and I'd be happy to answer whatever questions or concerns that you have. Also, over the last few months, I've been editing book 5, so that's a big deal. I'm currently working through the edits on chapter 13. That means that I'm almost halfway through the first round of edits. So, I'm excited. All right, let's get into this month's top 10 list. So as May came to a close, I wanted to focus on a genre of books that gets overlooked. I went back and reviewed the list that I've done so far. I've covered fantasy, science fiction, romance, audiobooks, and last month I tackled westerns. This month, however, I'm looking at comedic books. While many on this list are written by comedians, not all are. So here we go with the top 10 comedic reads. Starting with number 10, Diary of a Mad Diva by the late great Joan Rivers. What started out as a diary given as a gift by the late actress's daughter quickly became a hilarious insight into Hollywood, celebrity, show business, and everything connected to it. Rivers uses her trademark sense of humor to skewer the entertainment industry. Next at number 9, The Innocents Abroad by Mark Twain. Despite some of the classic literature and the seriousness that Twain wrote with Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, and Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, he has a prolific sense of humor. And that is seen throughout the pages of this travel guide, which focuses on his observations about how tourists behave when they're in other countries. Then at number 8, Cruel Shoes by Steve Martin. Yes, this is the same guy who played the psychotic dentist in Little Shop of Horrors, the dad on Cheaper by the Dozen 1 and 2, and one of my all-time favorite performances, Sergeant Bilko. Martin pieces together a series of absurdist short stories and just being quirky and funny and weird, and it's one of the books that I have in my own personal library. It was a hand-me-down from my dad, so I enjoyed reading it a lot. At number 7, we have In Such Good Company by Carol Burnett. Burnett gives a laugh-out-loud, funny retelling of many of the behind-the-scenes activities that took place with her co-stars on The Carol Burnett Show. If you think watching the bloopers of Tim Conway making Harvey Korman break character are hilarious, these anecdotes behind those instances will have your ribs hurting with laughter. At number 6, I Am America and So Can You by Stephen Colbert. Colbert is in fine form as he writes a quasi-autobiography from the perspective of his character from the Colbert Report. Equal parts anecdotal and sophisticated satire, you'll have difficulty putting this book down because it is so incredibly funny. Next, at number 5, If You Ask Me, and of course you won't, by the always fantastic Betty White. An actress and comedian of high regard and a lot of years in show business, Betty White uses this book to explain everything that she knows about life, love, pop culture, and everything else in between, using her brilliant wit to make her readers laugh. Then at number 4, Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. Fey's dry wit and intelligence are on full display in this sort of autobiography, detailing how she became the comedian, writer, director, and producer that she is today. Then we have number 3, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Imagine Homer's Odyssey, but done in a quirky, absurdist way about space travel, and that's what you get when you read this book. Adams' take on the irony of bureaucracy, the Earth itself, a quest for answers, and identity all come together in a hilarious way that would make any improbability drive blush with envy. And at number 2, Red Shirts by John Scalzi. Do you like Star Trek? Or at least something akin to Star Trek? Then you're going to love Red Shirts. This spoof or farce of the famous science fiction show is incredibly thought-provoking and meta in the way that it goes about telling its story. Imagine if you were a young officer assigned to a brand new starship and you start to notice some very weird things that shouldn't happen in an actual mission. Like the captain going on an away mission when he should be staying aboard the bridge. Or the handsome first officer always getting mortally wounded, but never actually dying while the random unnamed crew member in the red shirt dies in some inexplicable horrible death. That's what you get when you read this book. This was actually given to me as a housewarming gift by my best friend, and I was able to finish it in a single day because that's how funny and how good of a read this book is. Before going any further with the video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on new videos. You can select notifications for all videos, or you can select notifications based on your preferences. If you're watching on your phone, be sure to update those settings inside the app itself to get the most out of your viewing experience. Finally, we're down to the number 1, Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man by Tim Allen. The author wrote this book while simultaneously filming The Santa Claus and Home Improvement and doing voiceovers for Toy Story. This is one of my all-time favorite reads, and it is a book that I have read more than once. When that happens, that's usually because the book speaks to me on a very deep level. Otherwise, once I read a book, I don't usually pick it up again. Having had the opportunity to see Allen in a live performance, it was like getting to watch an in-person reciting of this book. It's crass, it's funny, and it is thought-provoking. Tim Allen describes his childhood and his upbringing while humorously balancing what he feels it means for men to be men and how to be able to best understand their relationships with women. Despite his persona on television, he is not the chauvinist that many viewers tend to see him as, especially when you have 2 chapters in this book entitled Women Are People Too and Wives Are Women Too. This was actually recommended to me 20 years ago by a female friend of mine who is now a professor at a very prestigious California university. So I highly recommend that you try reading this book. Hey, thanks for watching. If any of these books piqued your interest, the titles and the ISBNs are down in the description box. If you're in a position, please consider becoming a supporter for this channel by going to patreon.com/GKJ Publishing, where you'll find monthly support tiers of $1, $3, and $5. Each tier comes with sweet perks plus recognition on the channel at the end of the month. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GKJ_publishing. And if you're interested in registering for having your work turned into an audiobook style episode for my podcast, please make sure to click that link down in the description box. And I will see you next week for the June edition of Author Awareness. The vlog of the Five Kingdoms is filmed without the use of a live audience at Skyrocket Studios in Hanford, California. We can't do what we do without your help, so please make sure to subscribe by clicking the button that's above my head, and make sure to watch and share the videos over here to my left. Have a great week.